the afternoon, and just having that fluidity. And so what we've learned over these 12 weeks together is the same thing. Don't beat yourself up. Just allow it to unfold. Allow that fluidity. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect at first. It will get better. It will get more habitual over time. Your power of your imagination to shape your outer world, you continue to practice that every day. You'll get better and better and better, and you won't have to think about it. And then you start applying it to every facet of your life automatically. At first, you just pick one thing, you get very specific, and you work towards that. But not to work too hard. Don't get yourself concerned. Don't beat yourself up, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. And then embodiment equals returning to the concepts and the principles, remembering and realigning time and time again. So every time you find yourself, it's like a train track, off the track, just pick yourself back up. Go to one of these modules in the course and say, let me revisit that. I'm still having some trouble with the emotions. Let me revisit the emotion category. Oh, I would like to sharpen my edge a little bit more on mindfulness. Let me revisit the mindfulness. Man, I could really use some accountability. I'm trying to imagine this into my outer world, and I just need a small tweak. I need something. It's just not clicking. Get into that inner edge community and ask for support and ask for help. Embodiment is when the teachings stop being practices and start being who you are. They just become part of who you are. And then utilizing that spiritual tool belt. Now, that wasn't planned. We just started calling it the spiritual tool belt, and that's something I think is going to stick for a while, especially with me, but really that's what it is, right? It's being able to reach in those times of stress, in those times of discomfort, in those times of challenges in our lives, and then being able to reach in and remember, oh, here's where gratitude could help dissolve this. Oh, here's where recontextualization can help transform this negative into a positive. Oh, wow, we really talked about the power of imagination to shape everything. And so here's the situation in my life that I remember. Let me go back to the power of my imagination and use it to dissolve, or use it to transform this relationship or this situation, or bring another blessing or something into your life. Maybe you just want to go on a vacation, right? And visualizing yourself doing that in those short loops and feeling it and watching it unfold. So keeping in mind that idea and that concept of that spiritual tool belt, and pulling out those tools whenever you need them for whatever job you're working on, right? And then just that final reminder of not developing that spiritual ego. I can't stress that enough. For yourself, really for yourself. And I think we've touched base on that now 2 times, last time very thoroughly as well. But as you become the embodiment of what you've learned over these 12 weeks, and you become the living example of this, it's very easy, like we've talked about, to develop that spiritual ego. And, remembering to drop that every time you feel that arise. Anytime you feel like you're more enlightened than other people, or more spiritual than other people, or that ego starts to pop its head up, drop it like a hot potato. And to just focus on your own front porch. You don't need to go around and try to convert people, if that's how you want to describe it, or awaken people. Remember, a lot of people don't care. They're just being them. They don't want to see yet. Maybe not their whole life, right? We've kind of talked about this many times. And so what I encourage you to do as students of the Caden Academy is just focus on your own front porch. And when you focus, if everybody focuses on cleaning their own front porch, before the end of it, you've got a clean neighborhood.